Hey guys, this is Jay with the Douchebag Brigade. Just doing an update video on Shin Megami Tensei 5 since that is pretty much all I've been thinking about while this coronavirus stuff has been going on. That, boy, wouldn't it be easy to be quarantined in your house if you had a game like that? I know we're getting Persona 5 The Royal, and I'm not going to stare a gift horse in the mouth. And we're also going to be getting, I'm currently playing Dark Souls 2 Sins of the Scholar. I never played this iteration of it, so, just to kind of, in case we get, quarantined, I want to have something to do. And unfortunately, as, not to tread over already discussed topic, but I can tell you for a fact that Tokyo Mirage Sessions, #FE Encore is not going to do that for me. And I know I'm not going to go back into that whole rant, because I went from being like, yeah, I could do this, to being like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. So yeah, no, that's not going to do it for me. I'm considering playing, obviously, Majin Tensei 1, and really getting a feel for it, and then maybe going back to complete another portion of Majin Tensei 2. I don't know, guys. All I see is that this game, Majin Tensei 1 and 2, a lot of people hate this game. I didn't know that many people had even played it, to be honest, since it was translated, because pretty much no one has put a completed video Let's Play of it but me. But yeah, this game is truly despised from what I've seen in different polls and votes. I don't know why, because honestly, it's making its way into one of my favorites of all time. And not to be Mr. Controversy, but I really like it. But anyway, so, I'm sitting here, I do my little Shin Megami Tensei 5 research, and there's nothing. I mean, there's been nothing said about this. No updated information, nothing. No, it's going to be released at this time. No, we're going to tentatively show you something. I mean, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but just give us a trailer, man. I mean, just give me something so that I can satiate my my desire to see more, and I'll be fine. Wait until 2021 or whatever it takes, whatever. I have no problem waiting for a great, probably best Shin Megami Tensei they've ever made, based on time, the fact that it's the first time being on a console since the PS2, like a real console. And I think this is going to be a hell of a fucking game when we finally get it. But when are we going to get it? That's the predicament. So, sitting here hoping that it's sooner rather than later, but you never know. You just never know anymore. But I can't seem to find anything. We had those little SKUs coming out, and I was like, oh boy, could you imagine if they're just like, hey, by the way, it's ready, be out in 3 months. Happy beginning of 2020. But obviously I'm not getting a lot of that. So, yeah, while we're all being quarantined with the corona, with the COVID-19, I was hoping that we would be able to, play that. I don't know. In a fantasy world, we would have had that already released. We all could go into our houses, and by the time we finished the game, most likely this thing would be done, We'd give it time to lose its ability to spread. But anyway, so that was just in my head. I'm definitely disappointed that there's nothing yet. I have heard nothing. I haven't even seen little update videos. I saw some site that randomly goes, oh, by the way, it's finally announced for North America. And I'm like, it's been saying coming to the Americas for 2 years. So I don't think that it just got announced. So I don't know what that was, but it was like one of those articles when you go to the news section. It's like, Shin Megami Tensei 5, a release for America now. And it was just, either it was a very clickbaity article, or they had never heard of Shin Megami Tensei, and they were like a random site that just picked it up and was like, oh, we saw that release, that there's going to be more information coming soon, meaning it's coming to America, or some craziness like that. That was really the only thing I could have envisioned that it was. And so that was certainly disappointing. Other than that, I've actually been in the talks with Gnarly, and I very much want to do a video with him based on the mobile Shin Megami Tensei games that we obviously never got here in the US. The problem is that after speaking with him, speaking with Lori, I think that's how you say it, and and obviously people who are also very knowledgeable in this stuff, probably more so than me, especially when it comes to overseas games. There basically is not much in the way of information any longer. There's no longer ways to get these games because apparently they were on flip phones and sidekicks prior to real mobile devices like the iPhones. And I guess there's no way to copy that stuff over from your phone to the computer to make a ROM out of, or any kind of data piece. So it seems like for the most part, I can't really even find information regarding these games on YouTube. And so it's going to be a difficult venture. I'm going to have to do a lot of searching to find things like this, to find phones that still carry a lot of these games. There's a bunch of Persona 3 spin-offs, some Persona 4 spin-offs, Persona 2 spin-offs, sequels, Majin Tensei, which most of you don't care about, but there's a Majin Tensei 1 and 2, in a sense, different world building, but same game. There are SMT sequels. I believe it's a sequel to SMT 1 and 2. There are so many games and different things that I would love to play. I mean, who knows, maybe one day we'll get like HD versions of these games on some sort of compilation. But as of right now, I'm trying to do my homework to find some of this, because I think it would be a really interesting piece to go over. And obviously, it won't be like my typical blacked out videos. This will have put a lot of time and effort into creating, hopefully, game footage for you guys with an overlay. That's really what I'd like to do. I'm obviously not going to let's play it, and I'm obviously not going to just talk about it. I want to have as much visual representation as I can towards this, and I'm sure with someone who is obviously very well respected within the Shin Megami Tensei community, like Gnarly, will be able to put together a video. The guy obviously knows how to edit much better than I do, especially from a video standpoint. And I certainly am trying to get as much information as I can. I was pointing in the direction of Tom, translator Tom, the one that has done a lot of great things for our Mega 10 community. However, he's no longer on Twitter that I can find, and so it's not really feasible for me to get in contact with him to see if he has any information on either updates that were, translations that were planned for this, or if he himself has any plans to move forward with finding these games, or if he's actually played them and what he could tell me about them. So, unfortunately, there's not much for me to go on at this point. I'm not giving up. I'm going to do a lot of research to try to find as much as I can, and if it does come down to there's not much I can show, then I will certainly give a more bland video about it myself. But I'm hoping that this can turn into a big video for us in this community to really hopefully find out more and see if there's any way that we can perhaps get the data and transfer it through like an old school charging cable with a USB end. Maybe there's a way. I'm hoping, or maybe there's a flash support that we could use, a flash drive or something like that, or a micro SD, something that we can maybe get this information and copy it over. I think that'd be really, really cool. Anyway, and other than that, there's really no Mega 10 news coming out, except for, obviously, everyone's favorite, Persona 5. The Royal's finally coming out. It'll be here in less than 2 weeks, and I know everyone's excited for that. Am I right about that? Is it less than 2 weeks? I think it's less than 2 weeks. I have to check what day it is again. Been working all day, and sometimes you forget what day it is. But anyway, so I hope everyone out there is being safe. I know that this is really an unprecedented situation. I mean, the best thing you can do is be safe, wash your hands, don't get into groups of people, and make sure you try to quarantine yourself as much as possible. Don't go out for no reason. I mean, don't go stir crazy, but if you can avoid people, certainly do it to the best of your ability. I'm still working, so that's not possible for me right now. But I really think, in my honest opinion, the best way to be safe is to not be in groups of people and to try to keep your distance as far as you can from basically anyone. But anyway, I'm not a doctor, so I won't go on and on. But all right, my magnetites, I hopefully we'll have some information going forward with more Mega 10 things, and I will certainly be giving you a review or a reaction or retrospect based on Persona 5 The Royal, so that you guys can hear my thoughts, especially if you're going to go out and buy it and you've already beaten 5 and you don't know if it's worth it. I'll be giving you that breakdown as soon as I get the game. Alright guys, this is Jay with the Douchebag Brigade. Douchebag Brigade, and I'm out.